Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is January 15th, 2023. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at how to buy call options using TradingView. Look, TradingView is a great platform, but it does not have all the option related information like open interest and volume. That's why you got to play around with the TradingView, come up with a strategy to identify best call options and stocks to buy call options. That's exactly what we'll do in today's segment and try to go into the details of how to buy call options and make money using TradingView. So with that, let's jump in and get started. For starters, you could go into product here and go to the screener and go to the stock screener because we're talking about options. So once you go there, you'll get a view something like this. It's a stock screener. Look, it's got a nice stock screener here, and beauty of TradingView is you can create what you want to see in the layout. There are various layouts you can create. Right now I have created a layout called fundamental, and I got bunch of layouts. It's very important to create your own layout, so that way because there are a lot of information available, you don't want to be scrambling around. So it's always great to understand and create few layouts. I will talk about few which will come in handy when you trade options. And one more important thing is to create filters. Look, I got a filter called buy call. Always create some filters. I got filters for buying call options, selling call options, buying put options, and selling put options. The moment you have those four strategies, you could also do things like spreading and condors and so on and so forth. So those are the very important things to think about. And right now I will talk you through my fundamental layout here. Look, my fundamental layout is very simple here. I'm just selecting few things like 3-month performance, 6-month performance, 52-week high, 52-week low, and few important things are on the fundamentals, including, look, I got net margin here. So you can easily click on this and select them just like I've done here. And once you're happy, you could just go right here and look, I got a save columns here. Click on the save columns and give a name. I already gave a name here, fundamentals, and save it. The moment you do it, it will basically have those fundamentals layout right here. Look, we got the layout right here. I got stock price, change percentage, market cap, and so on and so forth here. And next important thing is to go around with the screener here. And one more thing I would call here is, once you have the layout here, if you don't like the way it's placed, you could move around. For example, volume. If you want the volume before market cap, you could just go here, pull it here. Now we got volume right here before the market cap. You could just play around. The moment you change, go ahead and click save again. So that way, look, it's all saved now. So that way it's very easy to understand. And next important thing is to look at the filters. Look, right now we are talking about buying call options. That's why I got here a filter called buy call. So what you could do is really click on this filter button here, and look, we got filter here. This is my go-to filter to buy call options. I will talk about few of these filters so you know very well. First thing is symbol type here. Look, we got multiple symbol type here. We got closed-end fund, common stock, and so on and so forth. If you don't want closed-end fund, you could remove it, not a big deal. And you could also remove preferred stock, and you could just leave it as it is here. That should be good enough here. So you could click here, and I think we're done with that one here. That's your symbol type here. Keep it simple. Get some symbols like we talked about here. And next is the average volume. Average volume is very important mainly because TradingView does not have option related information information. That's why average volume in 60 day is very important. The moment you say average volume in 60 day is more than 1 million shares, look, I got 1M here, that tells you these stocks are very liquid. The moment average volume is more than 1 million on a average 60-day basis, you get liquid stocks, and you could basically assume these stocks have got good option volume. That's why we select this average volume, more than average volume in 60-day more than 1 million. And if you want to even go one notch higher, you could increase it to 2 million, but we would go with 1 million in today's demonstration. And next important thing is price to free cash flow. Look, there are a lot of companies in the market, in the stock market, and when you want to buy call options, make sure the free cash flow, price to free cash flow is more than above zero. This tells you these stocks, these companies got money after paying out dividend and everything else. There is money left behind. Those are the good companies that you should look at. You don't want to look at companies with the free cash flow negative. You want free cash flow to be above zero. These are the free cash flow generating companies. Especially when you want to buy call option, you want the stock to go higher. You could look up the definition of this one here. This is really one of the fundamental filter. And then next important thing when it comes to buying call options is volatility. Look, you don't want to buy call option when the volatility is very high. So because Tradingview does not have a IV rank, we are looking at volatility here, and we want to make sure volatility is below 2.3. So that tells you you'll get the low volatility stocks. That's when you're not paying too much premium when you buy call options. Very important when you buy call options. And next is average true range, or ATR. You want the stocks to move. You don't want stocks which are stagnant. That's why I'm choosing here average true range is above 1 in last 14 days. That tells you on a daily basis a stock moves around $1 up and down. If you're conservative, you could change this to 0.75. That will also work very well. We could just do that right here. Look, I changed it to 0.75. That's also very good. And next is the gross margin. Look, I've selected here gross margin above 30. That tells you the companies we are looking for are the companies with the gross margin above 30%. And then got dividend yield here. We want to make sure these companies are not huge dividend payers. Instead, these are the growth companies where the stock price are going higher. That's why I put the dividend yield below 3%. Many times there are these companies which pay too much dividend. Their stock price will come down after the dividend payout. So you don't want to get into such situations. That's why dividend yield should be lower if you want to buy call option. And then you got your market cap. I want to make sure market cap is over 2 billion. So that way these are good stocks, and they will not go belly up in this market. And I want to make sure price is about $30. When you want to buy call options, don't buy call options with a very low stock price, like say below $30. It's good to go above $30. That way these are the stable companies. And we got beta here. This is to make sure these stocks are moving along with the S&P 500, maybe 0.5. If S&P goes up $1, these companies that we're looking at go up or down at least 0.5. So it's to make sure stocks are moving, they're not stagnant. And then you got your relative strength index or RSI below 55. This tells you these stocks are sold off here. That's when you buy call option when the stocks are down. Don't buy call option when the stocks are going up and away. You should not chase the stock when it's going higher. And you can select current trading day. These are the stats for the current trading day. And one more very important one is really net margin. I'm choosing the net margin above 5%. This tells me these companies are making money. These are not some no-name company making no money. So that's why it's very important, especially in this market, for the company to make money. So that way we look at fundamentally good companies. That's pretty much here. That's my criteria. You could just look at these criteria, and you could play along with it, but I would say start with this. Then you can always tweak around. You can take a screenshot of this if you want, and play around with it. So with that, we'll click this one here. Once you're done with your criteria, look, TradingView has got a lot of subtle features. It might take some time for you to get used to. Look, because we changed our filter, TradingView puts an asterisk right here, or a star, that tells you, hey, you changed your filter. If you want to save the filter, go ahead and save it. And in TradingView, to save the filter, you could click here and just go here to this option here, save screen as, and I got my buy call option here. I would just click save here. Look, this is the filter. Out of say about 8,000-9,000 stocks. Now our filter selected just 27 stocks. That's a good start here. We don't want to look at huge number of stocks here. We want to look at a subset just to make our purchase for buying call options. So once you have these 25 stocks here, then you could look at various criteria and try to come up with, look, we got my favorite stock here, Microsoft. Procter & Gamble is a great one here. Lilly is a good one. Coca-Cola, great one. Pepsi, so on and so forth. All good stocks here. You could look at some of these companies. And when you want to buy call options, don't buy call options with a very small, days to expiration. Instead, go at maybe say 30 days or 60 days. I would say at least 90 days or so. So that way you got time on your side to really make the money. So I would suggest, for at least swing traders, go with a little bit higher time frame for call options, at least 90 days out. If you are a day trader, it's a different story. We can talk about in a different segment here. All right, so we got our fundamental filter here. Next question I always get is, hey, I want to look at the volatility and just make some sense out of it. Look, I got my volatility view here. I can go right here and go to volatility. The moment I go to volatility here, it tells me what the volatility. Look, I got my volatility right here. My criteria, all my criteria is listed in the blue font by TradingView here. Criteria volatility below 2.3. Look, Microsoft right now volatility is 1.89. It satisfies our criteria. Then TradingView got volatility on a weekly basis 2.12, monthly volatility 2.37. That tells me the current volatility is below the weekly volatility as well as monthly volatility. So it's a green signal for me to understand volatility is down right now. All right, then we got other things like PE ratio. Microsoft is not too much, it's a good. And we got net margin, nice net margin. Look at the net margin here, 34%. And RSI is 51, which is RSI 14-day, and we got RSI in 7-day, 60. That tells you Microsoft is getting stronger. Its RSI has moved up, from 51 in 14 days to 60 in 7 days. That tells you stock is getting stronger. You could buy call options in such scenarios. And then you got a few more companies. You could just go through it. And next important thing people always ask me is, hey, what strike price I should buy call options for? This is where the support resistance will come into play. Look, I got a support resistance view. It's very important to create such views in TradingView. Otherwise, you will be lost in the wilderness, because TradingView offers you at least say 400, 500 fields or columns. It's very hard to make sense out of it. So that's why we got this support resistance here. This is very important for you, especially to understand what support or resistance level, what strike price should I buy my call option. Look, in this view here, I got few things here. Look, I got here resistance level R1, R2, R3. This we will talk about it in a different segment. This is mainly if you want to really sell call options. Right now we are talking about buying call options. We should look at S1, S2, S3. These are the UDI's support levels. I will click on it and let you see it. And then you got your volume VWMA, volume weighted moving average, which is a 20-day basis. And then you got your Fibonacci resistance level and the Fib support levels here, as you can see here. This is very important if you want to buy call options. You don't want to buy call options out of the money. You want to buy, at least my favorite way to buy call options is around delta 70 or so. And you could also look at this levels here. I normally use S2, which is UDI's S2 level here. Around S2 is where I know there's a good support level, and stock may not come down below the support level because it's a very good support level. All right, so if I click on this here, you can see as I click here, it says pivot UDI. That tells it's a Woody pivot S1, Woody pivot S2, and normally S2 is my favorite. This is the level I look at when I buy call options. All right, so this is about support resistance level. Next important thing is to look at the chart, as many of you know here, and you could just click on Microsoft as an example. It will open up the chart. Look, we'll open up here, and once it comes up something like this, you click on this see more on the advanced chart and just go to the advanced chart. Look, we got our chart open here. It's coming up, nice chart. And look, we got our screener here, which is our buy call, as you can see here. Look, we got our buy call filter, and we got our support resistance layout. So with this, we could now look at some stocks and go from there. First is of course Microsoft here, and from a layout perspective, it's a very simple layout. If it's too difficult for you to understand, you could I will try to make sense out of it so you can understand this better. And from an indicator perspective, I don't have too many indicators. It's very simple indicators. So first indicator is the volume, visible volume. As I go into the indicator tab, you could see here, I got all these indicators which are available. But look, if you click on this here, we got here, first one is the visible volume. If I click on this right here, look, we got the visible volume here. Let's see if so it's called VRVP. It's a visible volume indicator. We could add that. It kind of tells you visibly where is the high volume. As an example, for Microsoft, it's telling me 256.03. as you can see here. That's one of the bigger volume. Typically stock wants to trade around the visible higher volume. That's how it's played out here. So it's turning, as you can see here, this visible volume here, 256, is acting as a resistance level. As you can see here, the moment it pierces through that, it will go higher. So that's how it's set up. And also look, TradingView tells you there's an earning coming up. You could just click on it. Look, Tuesday the 24th, which is next week, is earning. So you got to be slightly careful around the earning. To get some more information here, you could just click on this right here. It kind of tells you very good information here. Look, just by looking at this, look, in 9 days, this 9 here is a subtle way of TradingView telling you in 9 days earning is coming up. I like the way TradingView provides a lot of information by decluttering the user interface. And look, there are some more news flash here that tells you what's going on here. Looks like some of these software companies are cutting the employees or laying people off, which is good for stock market but not good for people who are impacted. All right, so next, very important here, we got one more indicator. As you can see here, this is the RSI indicator, and look, if you go through the indicator here, let's see, first one I talked about is volume, visible volume. Look, we got visible volume profile. That's what is the first indicator. That's right here, as you can see here. Next indicator is RSI. RSI is very important. Look, we got RSI right here. This is the one I selected. You could also do the same thing. And the third indicator is the OBV, on balance volume. This is telling me is the volume, on the is the volume when the stock is going higher, is going up or down. Normally, OBV is a very good indicator. OBV is trending higher, on balance volume is trending higher. That means off late, volume is higher and stock is also going higher. That's what it indicates here. I typically look for OBV trending higher when I want to buy call option. Next important thing is this one here. This is IV rank. I can go in here to the indicator and you can just type in IV rank, and I'm using the first one here, which is IV rank and IV percentile by Sega or KO. It's a good indicator. It works. It's not perfect. Does it match completely with what's in Thinkorswim or other platforms? Probably not, but it's a good indicator. Tells you how is the volatility doing. So that's good enough. You could add that. That's what I have added here. And look, I have added that here. And if you want to see some of these things here, you could just click on it. Look, what I've done is I went to input here and look in the let's see here. So as you go to the input here, look, we got IV rank, IV percentile. You could go to style. In the style, look what I've done. I've done here labels on price and price scale, and labels on the status line. I selected them. That's why it shows the label right here. So that way you know what's IV percentile and what's IV rank. Right now Microsoft IV rank is 44, as you can see here. I don't want to have these labels on the right side because it clutters. That's why we have it on the left side here. All right, so this is pretty good enough. Right now what it's telling me is really Microsoft IV percentile is 44. That's good. And Microsoft RSI itself, look, RSI perspective, it's 43. I mean, actually 51 is the RSI. That gives me some comfort level. It's sold off here. I'm not chasing this stock. So once you see this here, you could also do some more research within this platform here. Look, it tells you the earnings. You got earnings here. It tells you what's going on here. We got surprise of 16 cents, and again surprise 3 cents. Here Microsoft missed, and here Microsoft surprised again on the upside. And look, we got Q2 here. You could compare the Q2 over here. Looks like Q2 is a good quarter for Microsoft. Now with all this things going on in the market, we don't know how the Microsoft will behave. So at this time, because Microsoft is down big time, you could buy, but understand, Microsoft has got earnings here. You're buying before earnings, so you got to be slightly careful here. If you want to buy, you could buy it sooner, or you could wait for the earnings to be done and buy later. Don't buy on the earnings week because the volatility will go through the roof and you're paying too much. So your best option is to wait for the earnings to be done, or buy sooner. Don't buy too much. Just buy maybe one contract, and then then you can buy more later. All right, now if I want to go to my platform here, which is Thinkorswim, you could just try to compare. Look, I brought in Microsoft right here, as you can see here. Look, Microsoft IV rank according to Thinkorswim is 31.7. Look, there are various methodologies for the IV rank here. You got Black-Scholes, you got various methodologies here. So Thinkorswim platform uses Black-Scholes, and that's why if you see here, IV rank is 31.7. You could see here also I got here IV rank and IV percentile, both charted over here. Look, IV rank is 34. IV rank is 32 and IV percentile is 34. And if you go to this platform here, Tradingview, it's slightly different. IV rank is 44, but you get the idea. It's below 50, so you could use it. Is it exactly same as Thinkorswim? Probably not, but it's a good directional indication. So all right, that's about Microsoft. Here you could do the same thing. You could look at some more here. I could just go here and bring this up here. We got a few more here. Procter and Gamble. Click on it, chart comes up here. Look, IV rank is 17, very low. And you could go back to Thinkorswim platform to validate here. You could say PG, Procter and Gamble here. IV rank, look, 22 here. And look, IV rank is trending down. And you could do a little more research here. PG, look, earning is in 4 days. I would not buy before the earning here. I would wait for the earnings to be done in case of P&G here. And then you got Eli Lilly, which is one of my favorite companies here. Look, earning is in 18 days, as you can see here. And IV rank, as you can see here, is IV rank is let's see here. IV rank is 14, as you can see over there. And if you go back to Thinkorswim platform and just say Lilly here, Lilly IV rank is 18. Is it exactly same? It is not, but you get the idea. On the balance, volume is going higher, good indication. RSI is coming down, telling your stock is the stock price is coming down slightly. And now it's inching up, as you can see here. So this is how you kind of select the best stocks to buy call options using Tradingview. So in summary, if I go back to my filter here, always make sure liquidity is the king when you want to buy call option. That's why we have here the average volume 1 million or more in a 60-day time frame, and we also have price more than 30, so we don't look at very low price stocks when you want to buy call options. And we want volatility to be lower. That's why we got volatility indicator here. Volatility is below 2.3, and we want the stock to be slightly sold off here. That's why we got RSI below 55. If you're a little more conservative, you could even make it below, say, 51 or even 50. So this is one of the best way to use a Tradingview platform. Even though Tradingview does not have all the indications around options, you could use this methodology to really understand what stocks you can buy call options for and profit from it. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.